I am so happy to present to you today with a consensus bill, if you can believe that, on grandparent visitation.
That's what we like, consensus bills.
Yes. So we have a substitute, and we'll start with that so that you can get the substitute up. And I am very grateful to the Family Law Coalition and Dan Gray, who helped with this and met with many of the advocates from across the state. You all know the issue, and you know the challenges, and you know that Troxel is one of those challenges. The consensus that we have been able to reach is a small new language on 30 to 36. It basically says that grandparents can petition the court for visitation. It allows the court to consider evidence that would support a desire of a deceased or incapacitated parent for that grandparent to have a relationship with a child. So essentially, the example I've been given is if, the mother or father of children die, the court does not have the ability to infer consent from the deceased parent at this time. Therefore, if the surviving mom objects to the visitation, a grandparent wishing for visitation has to prove actual harm, which we all know is a really high bar. If the grandparents, for example, could prove that their child would have wanted visitation, then you have a scenario where one parent wants visitation, the other doesn't. In this case, the grandparents need only to meet the best interests standard to get visitation. That was the consensus that was reached with the Family Law Coalition that they believe meets legal criteria. There's a little bit of a question about is hearsay a problem here? And it could be, but by allowing the courts to consider this and being able to provide evidence to support their assertion, it seems like it's a good compromise that pleases these grandparents that are struggling to have a relationship with their child. And finally, it does not include those that are incarcerated, which is something we had aspired to do in the bill last year, because those parents are still alive and they can provide a written intent. And if, in fact, a parent is sick and they know they're going to die, they can provide the grandparents also with a written intent so that they have that level of verification for the court going forward.